Stoicism is one of the most powerful and practical philosophies ever developed, and its wisdom has proven timeless. Born in ancient Greece and perfected in the Roman Empire, Stoicism teaches us how to meet life's challenges with courage, clarity, and inner peace. In a world filled with anxiety, chaos, and uncertainty, the ideas of Seneca, Epictetus, and Marcus Aurelius feel more relevant than ever. They offer not just theory, but a way of living, one that helps us navigate adversity with dignity and strength. At its core, Stoicism is a philosophy of control. It teaches that we must focus our energy on what we can control, our thoughts, actions, and character, while letting go of everything else. This simple principle, known as the dichotomy of control, is the foundation of Stoic wisdom. When we stop fighting the uncontrollable and instead master our internal world, we experience a peace that external circumstances can never shake. The Stoics believe that true freedom comes from within, not from luck or material success. Seneca, the Roman statesman and dramatist, emphasized the importance of time. He believed that people waste their lives worrying, complaining, or chasing meaningless goals. In his letters, Seneca reminds us that time is our most precious resource and that we should spend it wisely on virtue, self-improvement, and meaningful relationships. He teaches that we suffer more in imagination than in reality, and that by facing our fears directly, we take away their power. Seneca's voice is a call to live deliberately and courageously. Epictetus, born a slave and later one of the greatest teachers of philosophy, offered some of the most direct and empowering lessons in Stoicism. He taught that although we cannot control external events, we can always control our response to them. He believed that no one can harm a person whose mind is free. For Epictetus, the essence of wisdom lies in distinguishing what is up to us from what is not. This clarity gives us strength, resilience, and inner stability, even in the hardest moments of life. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher-emperor, wrote his timeless meditations as a private journal, a collection of reflections meant only for himself. In those pages, he reminds himself to remain humble, patient, and compassionate despite the immense pressures of ruling an empire. Marcus teaches us to rise each morning ready to serve the world, to embrace challenges as opportunities for virtue, and to remember that everything in life is temporary. His wisdom is quiet, humble, and deeply human, showing that even a man with absolute power struggled, learned, and sought meaning. The Stoics believe that adversity is not an obstacle, but a training ground for the soul. When life becomes difficult, we can choose to see hardship as a chance to strengthen our courage and character. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" the Stoic asks, "How can I grow from this?" This shift in perspective transforms suffering into growth. By embracing challenges instead of resisting them, we build resilience and wisdom. Stoicism also teaches the importance of virtue, the idea that a good life is defined not by wealth, fame, or comfort, but by moral excellence. The four cardinal virtues of Stoicism are wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. Wisdom helps us see clearly. Courage helps us act boldly. Justice helps us treat others fairly. Temperance helps us live with self-control. When we live these virtues daily, we build a life of integrity, meaning, and harmony. A central Stoic practice is negative visualization, imagining the loss of what we love not to create fear, but to cultivate gratitude. By contemplating the fragility of life, we learn to appreciate it more deeply. This practice breaks the illusion of permanence and teaches us to cherish the present moment. Epictetus said, "When you kiss your child, remind yourself that she is mortal." To modern ears, this may seem harsh, but it is really a reminder to love more fiercely, more consciously, more gratefully. Stoicism also encourages mindfulness, long before the concept became popular in modern psychology. The Stoic trains the mind to stay present, focused, and calm. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Do everything as if it were the last thing you would ever do." This is not a call to fear, but a call to presence, to bring full attention and sincerity to each moment of our lives. When we are fully present, we experience clarity and peace. Seneca often wrote about the destructive power of anger. He believed that anger is a temporary madness, capable of destroying relationships and clouding judgment. The Stoic response to anger is to pause, step back, and examine the stories we tell ourselves. Anger dissolves when we understand that most of what upsets us is outside our control, or simply the result of our assumptions. By practicing patience and understanding, we regain our emotional freedom. Epictetus taught that freedom comes from discipline. Without discipline, we become slaves to impulses, habits, and fears. With discipline, we gain mastery over ourselves. He said that no one is free who is not master of himself. This message resonates powerfully today in a world full of distractions and temptations. Discipline is not punishment. It is the path to inner strength and serenity. Marcus Aurelius reflects often on the interconnectedness of all things. He believed that we are part of a larger whole, and that our actions ripple outward in ways we cannot see. This understanding fosters humility and compassion. When we recognize our shared humanity, we become more patient, more forgiving, and more capable of love. Stoicism teaches that kindness is not weakness. It is a powerful expression of wisdom. Let's pause for a moment to consider how Stoicism fits into our modern world. We face stress, noise, digital overload, and constant comparison. The Stoics faced wars, plagues, political chaos, and personal tragedy. Their tools were forged in fire, and they still work today. By practicing Stoic principles, we build a calmer mind, a stronger spirit, and a clearer sense of purpose. Stoicism also offers a powerful antidote to anxiety. Anxiety arises when we try to control the uncontrollable or fear future events that may never happen. The Stoic brings attention back to the present moment, asking, "What can I do right now?" This simple question breaks the cycle of worry and restores our sense of agency. When we act on what we can control and release what we cannot, anxiety loses its grip. Seneca also reminds us that life is long enough if we use it well. He urges us to stop wasting our days on trivialities, gossip, and fear. Instead, we should invest our time in learning, reflection, service, and meaningful action. He believed that philosophy is not an abstract pursuit, but a way of living fully. The Stoic life is one of clarity, purpose, and inner richness. Epictetus's teachings highlight the power of choice. He wrote, "You may not control events, but you can control your attitude toward them." This attitude, firm, rational, compassionate, is what makes Stoicism an extraordinary philosophy for personal transformation. By choosing how we interpret and respond to events, we shape our character and destiny. Marcus Aurelius embodies humility in leadership. Despite his power, he wrote privately about his weaknesses, doubts, and failures. He reminded himself daily to be patient, gentle, and just. His example shows us that true greatness does not come from domination, but from self-mastery. Leadership in the Stoic sense begins with leading oneself with integrity. As we bring these ideas together, a clear message emerges. Stoicism is not about suppressing emotion or becoming detached. It is about seeing reality clearly, accepting what we cannot change, and acting wisely with what we can. It is about living with virtue, courage, and presence. Stoicism invites us to become the authors of our own lives, not victims of circumstance. In closing, the teachings of Seneca, Epictetus, and Marcus Aurelius offer us a map for living well in any age. They remind us that happiness is not luck, but practice. Peace is not given, but earned through discipline and perspective. And meaning is found not in escaping life's challenges, but in meeting them with a noble heart. Stoicism is not ancient history, it is a living philosophy, ready to guide anyone who seeks strength, clarity, and purpose in the modern world towards an easy life.